The India-US partnership is a lot to do with the latest technologies being shared between India and the United States, and we're getting you this first meeting that's taking place at the White House. The tech partnership, extremely important. Top CEOs of India and the United States are there at this tech meeting. There is a roundtable discussion which is India-US trade relationship. This roundtable has Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, and Anand Mahindra, chairman of the Mahindra Group. There's also Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, and Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI. Then there is one on manufacturing and semiconductors. Revati Advanti is the CEO of Flex. Lisa Su is the CEO of AMT. There's Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, and Mukesh Ambani, chairman and managing director of Reliance Industries. Extremely critical partnership expected even here between India and the United States of America. There's of course cooperation in agriculture, cooperation in space, also startup ecosystem and financing. 8 key elements of the technology partnership. I want to cut across to India Today's Abhishek Bhalla for more on this as we wait for our news director Rahul Kamal to join us from Washington DC. This is an extremely critical aspect of India-US relationship, not a buyer-seller relationship, Abhishek. This is all about high-end technology being made available to India and co-development of high-end technology for the two countries and for the world. Bring us details. What's the conversation, Abhishek?
Gaurav, the big thrust of this visit is in fact critical technologies and sharing of information and technology with each other. And this particular roundtable that is happening, it has a mix of Indian industry honchos as well as American big industry captains. Also some of them who are present in this roundtable are part of the Indian diaspora, and they are all representing those important industry sectors where cooperation has been discussed, be it the semiconductor industry, be it space cooperation, be it agriculture. So it's very clear that Prime Minister Modi is taking time out to make sure he spends enough time with the industry honchos and try to convince them and get a sense of what's the way forward and draw up a sort of a blueprint to make sure that all these things that have been discussed in the bilaterals can actually be implemented on the ground.
Absolutely right, and this is huge. The technology cooperation that India and the United States are talking about, not just technology cooperation, but jointly developing new technology, investments in technology, investment in education, both in India and in the United States of America. So the effort is to have an entire ecosystem take this forward. If I could just read, strengthening the semiconductor supply chain. What do we know? So Micron Technology, with support from the India Semiconductor Mission, will invest more than $800 million towards a new $2.75 billion semiconductor assembly and test facility to be set up in India, and the Applied Material will build a semiconductor sector for commercialization and innovation in India to strengthen the two nations' semiconductor supply chain diversification. This supply chain diversification becomes extremely critical also from the strategic point of view given China's expansionism, Abhishek.
Precisely, Gaurav, and that's why the focus of this visit is not just trade cooperation and doing business with each other, but both the leaders, be it President Biden or Prime Minister Modi, on more than one instance have mentioned that this is a global strategic partnership, and not just defense cooperation. Even if you look at other sectors, it's quite clear that there is a larger goal of being strategic partners. How this pans out in time to come is something that needs to be seen, because this means a big shift from India's foreign policy on several other critical aspects. But being a strategic partner with the United States of America, which both leaders have said is definitely the way forward, considering some of the geopolitical events that have taken place. Perhaps
No,
the
this
US...
is truly transformative, Abhishek. I mean, just hear this out. Applied Material will build a semiconductor center for commercialization and innovation in India to strengthen the two nations' semiconductor supply chain. LAM Research is to train 60,000 Indian engineers to accelerate India's semiconductor education and workforce development goal. Point 1, critical minerals partnership, advanced telecommunication. India and the United States have launched public-private joint task force on the development and deployment of open RAN systems on advanced telecom research and development. So you have India's Bharat 6G and the US Next Generation G Alliance will co-lead this public-private research, and the work will reduce cost, increase security and improve resilience in telecommunications. Again, Abhishek, effort is as quickly as possible eliminate China from telecommunication for security. India took that bold decision in 5G, now 6G.
Gaurav, the entire paradigm shift definitely, has China as a focal point, because remember, whatever has been happening as far as geopolitics is concerned, be it vis-a-vis India or the kind of interest that the Americans have in areas where China is being...
Okay.